Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, wild first month of the calendar in the NFL. Here's the kicker, Harrison Mevis, out to get us started. And off we go from Charlotte. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
And he's coming off a game where he's pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the one interception. I think today, get him off to a good start. Get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you, and find some easy layups to get this quarterback going. I think last week they weren't able to do it, and if they don't find early success today, I have a feeling the result might not be all that different.
And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the first down. Good, smart play with the slide by J.J. A gain there of 13 yards. They send a receiver in motion left. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from the April draft. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still 3rd down.
So now, after the penalty, a much more manageable 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That's taken in, and he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
At the 17-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. And he finds some daylight up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll drop to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man.
Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
His defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
The Vikings offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. The tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
So now, after the penalty, they'll have to figure out 2nd and 20. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Man. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Panthers offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Open man downfield is Legette. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Mike, you know what we used to call those plays? No, 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 yes. Because that's exactly what was going through the mind of the coach on the sideline when the quarterback decided to throw that ball into really tight coverage.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, open man. That's Legette. Back-to-back targets, back-to-back completions. That one for 16 and the 1st down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They motion the slot man left. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Ivan Pace on the coverage.
Now they'll set up to throw. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to have a Panthers 1st down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. They'll look to throw yet again. That's hauled in at the 2. And And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll run with Brooks. He slams it in there, and he is in. Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Carolina. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. We are through 1. The Panthers off to the early advantage. And will return to Charlotte in a moment. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. McCarthy. That is brought in. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
1st and 10. The tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. On first down, here's McCarthy. To the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, Minnesota. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. McCarthy gonna look to throw again. He'll get this complete. It's Addison again. And this drive's gonna continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. Throwing again is McCarthy. He's got it at the 3.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now,
and he's in. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
And that is touchdown number 1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the 1st round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
The extra point is good. And the Vikings will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And a short pickup past the 25. Here's a 2nd and 9. Another try with Brooks. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. Here's McCarthy. He'll get this out to his running back. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. He'll try to run for it. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Crowder to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. A throw on the move is caught. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. Back with more from Charlotte after this. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. Talk things over before 3rd down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down. Well, maybe he's counting a little bit, Mike, on this defense being in pass mode, and maybe you can catch him off guard with the run call. In this case, the defense was ready for all of it. They hold them to no gain. They're going to have to bring out the punt team.
Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Panthers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. That one taken in right side by Legette. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Open man downfield. That's Godwin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Now a ball thrown deep for Johnston. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Matt Araiza now, as he is on to punt for Carolina. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense going to take over just before the half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. So, 1 touchdown apiece for our 2 teams. 7th, and hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the 3rd quarter. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. Low-scoring game, all tied, 3rd quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. That one complete to Johnston. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Motion man set right. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line. Third down, 3 to go.
It's now third down and 3.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. That's Lee Getz. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Here's carry number 1 for Rachaad White. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, it's Brooks. He'll manage only a couple. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. Here comes 3rd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man, left side, he's got it. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Back to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
They have converted twice on third down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. And right to the 25-yard line, that is enough for the first down, so they pick it up on the ground, and the drive keeps going.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the handoff, it's White. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20.
In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. Now this time, they'll look to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Harrison Mevis on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Panthers will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Vikings offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. This one tight so far. Separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Automatic first down.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Following the penalty, they'll run it. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stick with him again. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still 3rd down.
The penalty yardage gets them a little closer, but still, tough 3rd down conversion coming up. They'll motion a tight end right. To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and here's White. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Over the middle. That's Godwin. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Receiver in motion, headed left. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here now, 3rd and 5. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He's going to have the 1st down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. McCarthy gonna look to throw again. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Throwing again is McCarthy. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. To throw, it's McCarthy. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open down the field is Mayer, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
The most valuable real estate on the field, Mike, that every offense is trying to attack is the middle of the field. So when you have a tight end who's as good as this guy and you can get vertical down the middle, man, that is a nightmare for these defenses to deal with.
He'll look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now he'll run.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. The tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. On 2nd down, they run the counter. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Big play coming up. This is third down. They'll try and run it here with Montgomery. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up fourth down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Now he takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On the ground, it's Brooks. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
They'll look to throw. That one complete to Johnston. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. The tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. He's got his man, Jefferson. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Slot man in motion left. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still 1st down.
They'll send a tight end in motion right. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That one caught by Hawkinson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. That's caught once again by Hawkinson. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. The tight end Hawkinson starts the motion. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. To the air once more is McCarthy. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line. Going for it all. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up third down. They'll put Addison in motion. To the air on third down is McCarthy. To the left side here. Caught by Addison. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. The pressure intensifies for fourth down and 3. They'll go. Here's McCarthy. To the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. And it's 1st and 10. To the outside, it's looked in by Addison. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. He's got room to roam. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. 2nd down, goal to go. Here we go. One final play. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to do it. Their late comeback bid comes up short as time has expired in this game. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Panthers, leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Panthers and the Packers on Monday Night Prime Time.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to North Carolina and the bustling city of Charlotte as we welcome you inside Bank of America Stadium, the home of the Panthers. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. Should be a good matchup here, Greg. A couple of playoff teams a year ago that are hoping to take that ultimate step and get to the Super Bowl this season.
And oftentimes that's the most difficult step, right? You go from being a perennial playoff.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
This one, up top for Dobbs. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down. Dobbs headed in motion. And he does all he can to get away, but they're going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up fourth down.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on third down, that number just goes up.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The home team's offense ready to see the football for the second time. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 3rd and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This one complete, right side. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. It's good for a Panther 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Give inside, it's Brooks. Working his way for a short pickup to the 48. 2nd down and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
They motion the slot man left. He'll drop to throw. Look wide. Get this one complete. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. He's run well here in the first half of the season, as you see there. He's the NFL's rushing leader coming into this weekend. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Green Bay.
In motion, Reed. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 7-0 is our score. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Love to throw. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, We'll step away for a moment. From the gun on third down, it's Love. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. In trouble, and down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. And now things are going to get more difficult. Movement up front, going to move them further back.
Offense.
The task now, a really tough one. Third and very long. Here's Love. This one out to Watson. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up. Here's Trenton Gill now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football.
Let's go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's got the tight end Mayer. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Second down and 3. They'll look to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end, Mike, kind of patrolling that center field safety position. But this time, he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
They run out of the gun with Brooks. And some good blocking, springing up. A gain of 9 as we get to third down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to
Neutral zone
jump?
infraction. Defense. Automatic first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
He'll look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. Finding his tight end, Mayer. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the air one more time. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And goal at the 3-yard line.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
We'll try it one more time, but now a bit closer. It is 2nd and goal. The motion man is Sanders. They'll run with Brooks. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Panthers. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he is right up there in touchdown passes, as you see on that graphic, currently 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season. Love to throw it on 1st down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Love. He'll find his rookie wideout from Notre Dame. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. On play action, Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the 1st down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. Jones motioning here. On third down, they go with Jacobs. The Panthers will take their first timeout, and they'll stop at just over a minute remaining in this first half. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Green Bay. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return, and that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A throw there, caught by Legette. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw. He'll find his running back, White. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Now a 3rd and 2. Here comes the blitz. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. Punting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. He'll punt for the second time, looking to hit another good one. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Packers offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Packers going to use their final timeout now, as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. On 1st and 10, here's Love. To the left side in the hands of Watson. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. And he'll get about 3 yards of that back, setting up 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd and long. Now Love. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Cole Bishop. Now after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Brooks. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Edger and Cooper, they're on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Second and 8 at the Packers' 37-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Carolina. That his 2nd touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. Quick throw here is complete. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 3rd down, 3 to go. Jones motioning here. Off the play fake. Here's Love. And that is incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down. Packers set to kick this one away. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Panthers offense and running back Jonathan Brooks coming out for their next possession. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Brooks. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They'll look to throw. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force fourth down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Packers' 44-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got the tight end, Mayer. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 6.
Here's 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
That's Washington, the man in motion. They'll try and run it with Brooks. They'll mark him down there at the 33, but that is good enough. A run gives him a first down.
That's another Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line.
Offense.
In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. Throwing now from the gun. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 22-yard line.
On the zone read, it's a give to Brooks. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Lee Gett. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line. 2nd down and goal. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Panthers. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Makes the score Panthers 28. Packers
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Packers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Love. This one on target. It's Dobbs. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Back to throw is Love. Thrown left side. The catch is made. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
On 1st down, it's Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Smith red. Check white.
Back to the air, it's Love. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Josh Jacobs was the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Come on, set.
Love to throw. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
This one is caught by Luke Musgrave. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To throw is Love. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Now Love. That complete to Jacobs. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. A 2nd down throw for Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. Try it again here from the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. This drive in danger of stalling out on 3rd and 10. He's got it at the 3.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his 1st read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
It is brought in the end zone. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Packers are able to edge a bit closer. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. And it would appear they're about to go 6-0. Trying to kill some clock and get out of here with that win. This drive starts 1st and 10. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
A give, and here's White. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. On now is the punt team for the Panthers. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Packers offense and their receiver, Jaden Reed, getting set for their next drive. He's caught a touchdown pass already in this game. And should get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown receptions to this point in the season. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. Here's Love to throw. This one is caught by Reed. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now Love. This one up top for Dobbs.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And this crowd certainly has liked what they have seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in. They've not disappointed as they have the advantage here in the 4th.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
We'll go once more with Brooks. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
They'll look to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They only need a yard, and it's 4th down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have a Panthers 1st down. Good work there on 4th and 1. They get 7 to move the chains.
Carolina Panther. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Give it up the middle to Brooks. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Another try with Brooks. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. Oh, he just does beat the play clock as he'll set up to throw. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. The Panthers going to turn things over to the field goal unit. This, about as short as you can get. His kick is perfect. And the Panthers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners, as we say, so long from Uptown Charlotte.
It's week 7 of the National Football League, and we've got the Panthers' creative quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Panthers and the Ravens on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the inner harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner. This should be a good one here in the month of October. We got a couple of teams playing good football to get this season going.
And all offseason, Mike, coaches and teams, they talk about the importance of starting the season strong. And here in this matchup for early in the year, we have our first look at two teams that have started off strong. They're playing winning football. They're starting to really understand what their identity is as a team. And for this stage of the season, this is one of the better matchups we've seen.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Mevis, out to get us started. And off we go here on Sunday Night Football. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the number one goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
On the ground, here's the rookie from Southern Cal. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. No motion over Flowers. Jackson on 3rd and 2. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. They get 12 yards on that pass. Good for a Raven first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Now Lamar going to hang on to it. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. No motion over Flowers.
At the 42-yard line.
Jackson now on 2nd down. That is left side and caught by Flowers.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
No motion over Flowers. They'll stick with him again. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of a couple.
Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On 4th down, they'll call on Brad Robbins here to punt. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all three phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
Here's carry number 1 for Rachaad White. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. On 4th down, here's Matt Araiza to punt. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. A 1st down throw for Jackson. Taking off.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
Going up top and looking for Flowers. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
They've got it at the 8, 1st down and goal.
13.
From the gun, Jackson. That is caught to the goal line and in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Ravens. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
Well, Mike, I know I might be a little biased toward the position, but I'm happy to see them go his way early on National Tight Ends Day. And, of course, they're happy to go his way early and often in just about any game.
Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. A safe kick taken at the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains. 1st and 10. He'll drop the throw. He's got the tight end, Mayer. Back to throw. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. But I don't think it's going to be his last.
And this throw batted away and incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down. They'll look to throw yet again. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Brooks. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
The Ravens offense and receiver Zay Flowers heading back onto the field. And he has been a big play guy all season. Currently ranked among the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. They'll motion over Flowers. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Open man, that's Flowers. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Slot man in motion right. And the defense snuffed that one out. It goes down as a completion, but no gain on the play. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll motion over Flowers. Look wide. Get this one complete. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Lots of space past the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half, putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
And that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback. I on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Ravens offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. Jackson now to throw on first down. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Now a run on first down. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. They'll come up on a second down and 8.
Brings up second and 8 at the 31-yard line.
They'll motion over Flowers. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's a give up the middle with White. And this will be a Panthers first down as he's able to get it to the 37-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
Finding his tight end, Mayer. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. And long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. But sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Ravens offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
In motion comes Andrews. Second down, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Third and short, Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. He's going to have the first down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Bateman is the motion man. On play action, here's Jackson. He'll look for Flowers downfield. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. In motion comes Andrews. To the air one more time with Jackson. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll be third down. Again, it's Jackson. He'll go right and find his running back. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? Here's Brad Robbins now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And a pretty good punt there. The fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to take over once again. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They put Pickens in motion. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette. Now he's free at the 35. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 88 yards. Touchdown, Carolina. Point after try forthcoming. He knocks it through. Panthers will level things out at 7 apiece. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. They'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Williams, the tight end, is in motion. Jackson now on 2nd down. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And a good job rallying to the football. Hold him just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. Jackson up top again. There's that man again. Another catch. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. On comes the punter now, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The visitors' offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. He'll start at the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes.
We've seen a trend throughout the league, Mike, where teams really like to throw the ball on 3rd and short because of their willingness to go for it on 4th down. Now, in this case, it backfires. You can't take that.
He works free, right side. And he will score. Xavier Lee. Down Carolina. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Nevis good on the extra point. And the Panthers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Ravens offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Williams, the tight end, is in motion. Here's Jackson. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Play action now. Jackson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Trevin Wallace. Second half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Point after, coming up here. It's up and good. The Panthers will take a 21-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Throwing Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Jackson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Jackson now. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the 1st down.
Blown back in the backfield. They'll get the carry here. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. On 4th down, here comes Justin Tucker for the Ravens. And he missed it. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. The big man, Nnamdi Madubuike, there for the sack. Throwing now on 3rd and long. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping.
The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Jackson. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now, Jackson. That is caught. He finds Walker. Down to the 10. And he will go all the way. Tez Walker, touchdown Baltimore. Tucker for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Ravens draw closer here. It's 21-14. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens. You know, Mike, I've seen a lot of aggressive plays over the years, but this one, it might just take the cake. I mean, to go for it in this situation, this deep in your own territory, you're making quite the statement that you are going to be aggressive all day long.
That is called in at the 5. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now Jackson. And he'll take it on in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Ravens. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Tucker's extra point up and good. And the Ravens will even the score. It's now 21-all. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. In motion, that's the tight end there. They'll run out of the gun. This is White. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down. They'll try and run it with Brooks. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And he's going to have a Panthers 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then some. So back and forth they go as we are through.
All time.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's got the tight end, Mayer. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A run with Brooks. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's to the right side and incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll find his running back, White. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw again. He'll go right and find his running back.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down. Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front?
Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Panthers. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His 1st NFL touchdown.
Next to score, Panthers 28, Ravens 21.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start out first down and 10. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought down back at the 27.
They'll run with Lewis. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down. Here's Jackson. They'll try to hit him with a screen. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Panthers offense headed back to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. On third down, here's Brooks. Only need a yard, and it's fourth down. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on fourth down. Finding his tight end, Mayer. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's second and 3 to go. On second down, it's Brooks. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line. He'll drop to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. On the ground, it's Brooks. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's a Carolina first down. On the give, it's White. He'll work his way only to the 23. We'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Offside. Defense.
And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. 1:54 to go. A run out of the gun with Brooks. And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's a run. A short game down to the 7. Now here's second and goal. They'll go with him again. And he's in for the touchdown. But hold everything. There is a marker down. These points may come off the board.
Holding offense.
So holding is the call. And take that touchdown off the board. Give it up the middle to Brooks.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him. And I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
And the defense rallies to the ball, brings him down at the 5. It's 4th down. So now a big spot coming here. This to make it a 2-possession lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Ravens offense ready to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. They'll drop to throw. That is left side and caught by Flowers.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL. Here in the first couple of